Greetings everyone and welcome to one of those FMV games, kind of like the Infectious Madness of Dr. Dekker. We have the Shapeshifting Detective. I know pretty much nothing about this one, so I'm quite excited. There you go, Wales Interactive. Okay. Let's go right into it. What is this gonna be, like a close-up of coffee or something? And Dragon Ace, there's no continuity between this and Dr. Dekker.
Radio August. Dark Nights with Poe and Monroe.
It's 5 o'clock and I'm Alice Monroe with your August update. August police are appealing for information following the murder of 21-year-old Dorota Shaw. Miss Shaw's body was discovered last night. Chief DuPont is calling the crime a violent and despicable act. Anyone with information about the murder is urged to get in touch via the department's confidential tip hotline. It's horrible, Poe.
Indeed it is.
Gorgeous looking backgrounds. I was hoping for subs though.
You need to learn when to keep your mouth shut.
Oh, there we go. Who are you versus trash? Let's start with the obvious. Who are you?
Exactly. Rewind.
Ooh, I'm a good gamer. I already have a trophy. Move over, Platinum. I'm coming your way. Wait, are you serious? Oh, come on. Get the hell out of here. Can I skip this? Oh my god, they played me like a damn fiddle.
Radio August. Dark Nights with Poe and Monroe.
Oh, that's a
It's
dick
5 o'clock
move.
and I'm Alice Monroe with your August update. August police are appealing for information following the murder of 21-year-old Dorota Shaw.
Well, there was a
Shaw's
murder.
body
We don't
was
like
discovered
it.
last night.
I can't even
Chief
believe
DuPont
this.
is calling the crime a violent and despicable act.
Also,
Anyone
play it
with
again, Sam.
information
As famous
about
as a
the
quote
murder
as that is, I
urged
don't
to
think
get
it's
in touch
actually a
via
quote.
the department's confidential
It's from
tip
Casablanca,
hotline.
but I don't think the
It's
line
horrible,
"play it
Poe.
again, Sam"
Indeed
ever
it is.
happened. It's like, Luke, I am your father. That's not a quote. Let's try this again now.
You need to learn when to keep your mouth shut.
Oh, I get it. I get it. I'm supposed to keep my mouth shut. Prick. Wait, what? I have to hold the button to, like, what, wash this? Oh, wipe it away.
You know why you're here, don't you?
Oh, man. Yes.
Then humor me. The dead girl. And this. What exactly were you thinking? You have one job. Don't get caught. Do you think you can do that this time?
I'm the strong and silent type.
Splendid. You're going to a town called August. Find Chief DuPont. He's gonna think you're someone else. This person. This is who you are now. Understood?
Mm-hmm.
Understood?
Oh, I'm sorry. Did you want me to speak? Oh, I only have one option.
Splendid.
I know these
If
guys did a
someone
horror
so
game on
much as
PC.
Sniffs
I gotta
that
look
you're
into that.
different, you'll be deprecated.
Deprecated.
That was actually creepy.
We expect you to use your ability. Just don't get caught. And never, ever change into a child.
In brighter news, August resident Mia French is celebrating the return of her missing pooch, Barley. The 8-month-old Basset Hound puppy was found outside Daryl's Chicken and Ribs.
And that's 5 o'clock with Poe and Monroe.
I'm Violet. Welcome to the guest house.
Oh,
there
it's
are
you.
some rules. In particular, no shoes in the guest house.
Weren't you and
It's
Dekker?
priceless. Now, how long are you staying for?
As long as it takes.
Yes, the chief said it may be a while. I can see you don't mind getting your hands dirty, though. There's not been many visitors of late. Perhaps the murder will bring some tourists in.
The super close-ups just like... I'm just waiting for a jump scare every single time.
Sometimes we wish we'd asked something and the moment just passes. Yes,
Well-
the murder. You haven't spoken to the chief yet, have you?
Chief?
Chief Dupont. He's the one who booked the room for you. You look lost. You should probably go and speak to the chief. Your room is just down the hall, last on the left. It has its own back door. The chief said that's the way you'd like it.
Just finishing.
I'll pry. Predicting the future?
You don't believe?
Oh, I believe.
That sounded serious. You must have a serious job to do. Hi, I'm Bronwyn.
Bronwyn. Pleased to meet you. I'm Sam. Sam? I'm.
Pleased to meet you, Sam. If you'd like a reading.
Alright, now here's the big moment. Are they gonna do tarot seriously, or are they going to interpret death as death?
So, what's your question, Sam?
Are you guilty? Damn. Will I win?
The Fool. I'm going to see a lot more of you, aren't I, Sam?
Well, the Fool is just like starting on the journey, though. That's appropriate
the
for the
journey.
beginning of the game.
But remember, not everything is winnable.
Don't do this to me.
I'm in room 1 and that's down the hall. Lorraine's in 2, Lexi's in 3. And which room are you in, Sam?
I'd rather not say.
Mysterious. But I know you're in room 4, Sam. Don't do anything I wouldn't do in there.
There's only 4 rooms. You're obviously in room 4,
Pressure
idiot.
had gone so far to affect his physical appearance. He had even started to avoid mirrors, in fear of catching a glimpse of himself. A pale, gaunt carcass of a man, more akin to a ghost than any living being. But the work kept him going. It had to. Dimitri kept reminding the others, and himself, that they were writing history here. Unimaginable discoveries had been made these last few months. Discoveries he had never dared dream of, much less be a part of. When he and the other scientists first arrived here, their excitement had been almost unbearable. But that initial spark of enthusiasm had faded, like a falling star in the night sky. On the morning of his 249th day on the moon, or was it night? It was hard to tell up here. Dimitri boarded the elevator to the excavation site, as he had been doing for the last 248 days. He was joined in the elevator by the other 3 members of his scientific team. Dr. Ian Remington, Dr. Hanako Yutani, and Dr. Wolfgang Whitfield
What are we
were all
doing?
experts in their fields, those being paleontology, linguistics, and exobiology respectively. Dimitri glanced at them and for the first time noticed their hollow cheeks and the dark circles under their eyes. It seemed the moon had taken its toll on Earth's best and brightest. As they waited for the elevator to reach the bottom, they went through their schedule for the day, which centered around their latest discovery, a hole of less than 2 meters wide that seemed to go on for several kilometers into the ground. Its edges were most unusual in that they were astonishingly smooth down to a molecular level. Indeed, it was clear that this hole was not a natural formation. But neither could it have been man-made. The hole was drilled, or otherwise created, over 50 million years ago, long before the dawn of the first man. This was one of the few things they had been able to ascertain about their mystifying discovery, and the 4 scientists knew there was much more to be done. The plan, then, was to...
I'm just gonna go to my damn room, Jesus. Although it was kind of interesting to hear. I thought for sure when we turned around someone was just going to be there. Yeah, it's not a conversation, it's a radio, that's why it says tune radio, sure, but like, I wanted to see like, if that would finish. Leave. Shifting locked. Alright.
Without much thought, Dimitri blurted out, "We could send a person down there." Then, again without thinking, added, "One of us perhaps." The others eyed him with concern. "I'm not sure that's wise," said Dr. Remington, clearly echoing the thoughts of the other 2 scientists.
Oh, the radio said Dekker, which is great.
Frustration
I guess
with the
I'll turn
project's slow progress.
Let's turn it off. So hail a cab. Visit the chief.
Good, you got my message. Chief Inspector DuPont. I wasn't sure you'd come. But I suppose you're between jobs?
I'm Sam.
Well, we both know that's not true. But I like it. Sam. That's your cover now. So, the job. Dorota Shaw. 21, accomplished cellist, redhead. Strangled. I know who did it, but I need proof. It's the tarot readers.
Why the tarot readers?
Because they predicted it. The older one, Bronwyn, she came into my office last night talking all crazy and saying Dorota was in trouble. I did my best not to lock her up.
Crazy?
It all sounded crazy to me. Tarot, the spirit world, cards that move, trans-dimensional thingamajigs. To be honest, I thought she'd probably been smoking something, and that's why I didn't take it seriously.
Yeah, is this the Jenks actor? I hope it is. Why isn't she in jail?
Things. I don't have enough on her. That's where you come in. The free guest house stay isn't free. I need you to work the case and report back to me. Find out things from the inside. Can you do it?
No. I'll try.
Okay. I'll be telling everyone that you've been hired by the Shaws because obviously local law enforcement is either too incompetent or too overworked to solve anything. That gives you a license to talk to people, but only notionally. Don't actually touch people or annoy them. You don't have any real authority, understand? But you help me out, I'll help you.
Where's my badge and gun? Help me out?
Do I have to spell it out? I'll make your problem go away, or at least sink it to the bottom of a pile of paperwork.
Problem? Wow, I'm really out of it. There's nothing I could do, like I'm stuck with this?
Your old town? The problem? Come and find me when you're settled. This is Second Chance Sunday for you, Sam. Don't blow it.
Good old Second Chance Sunday, Sam. So I could just wipe this particular thing. So, do you have an alibi? Maybe I'll be nice. Is Bronwyn prime suspect?
Obviously. Anyone who walks in, predicts a murder, then that murder happens? Suspicious.
Tell me about Dorota.
What do you want to know? She was a cellist, selected for a scholarship at Juilliard. It was in the local paper. I'm more of a Bon Jovi fan myself.
When was she
You
killed?
don't read the paper, do you? Yesterday, Monday the 9th at approximately 9 p.m, according to the coroner. We got a call from the mother just after 10 p.m.
Where was Dorota killed?
In her bedroom. She was naked. Strangled. No signs of sexual activity of any kind. It was a weird scene to look at. There was one thing, but it's strictly between you and me. Dorota had a gold coin in her mouth.
Really?
I'm being serious now, Sam. Not a word of this. It's the one thing only the killer would know.
What can you tell me about Violet?
Born here, runs the local guest house. Lovely lady. Where are you going with this, Sam? What's she told you?
Wipe.
Look, if it's about the pills, I already know.
What? What do we know?
Much. Perhaps you should do some investigating?
Alright. Guest house? It's so uncomfortable with that radio. Maybe I will turn it on or tune it. But tuning it is just turning it on.
Once. As Dimitri kept tugging on the rope, the whispers grew louder, or perhaps they were getting closer.
This is gonna drive
Dimitri
me
started
insane,
yelling
isn't
at the
it?
shaft. Hold me up! Get me out of here, please! He swore he heard laughter coming from down below.
You must be a new
Rain.
guest. Or you're burglaring us. I'm Rain, by the way.
Thank you. I have no intention to burgle, but I'm Sam.
Pleased to meet you, Sam. Enjoy your stay. The hot water goes
Oh,
up
I
at
shouldn't have
9,
touched.
by the way.
I hope they didn't do
So
it.
it's cold showers from there on in. It really bugs me.
Yeah, hopefully I didn't touch his hand when he said something. What do you know about Dorota?
I didn't know her. I know she was called Dorota Shaw.
Dorota.
She was young, had red hair, a talented musician.
Who's the next victim?
Next victim? Whoa! Hold on a sec, we don't even know if there's going to be a next victim or not. We'll do another group reading soon, and then we'll have a better idea.
How did you predict the murder?
We did a reading. A group reading, actually. With a special tarot deck.
What makes it more special?
The three of us get together and read the same cards. Bronwyn says it makes the whole thing stronger or more powerful or something. But I'm pretty sure I'd get the same answers just on my own.
Yeah, tell me about the special deck. What does that even mean?
Mercury? It's not exactly from here. With a normal tarot deck, you'd have the question, so you'd be the querent. With Mercury, it gives you the question and the answer.
Oh,
The
weird.
cards themselves kind of change. It's a special deck.
Can I see it?
I don't have it at the moment. Bronwyn has it.
That sounds fascinating. What were you doing last night? Yeah, it's got Baroque characters of the artwork. I was going to bring that up. I do have 2 tarot decks, Baroque and The Binding of Isaac.
I was in my room. Praying, actually. I don't believe in God, but I was still praying. It didn't work.
What didn't work?
My prayer. That the girl would be safe.
Oh, and I don't get to do what do you believe in. Alright, I'm out of here.
Panicking, Dimitri stumbled out of bed, felt his bare feet touch the cold floor, and quickly, but carefully, made his way to the door. He searched for the handle, opened the door, and stumbled
We
into
heard
the
this part
hallway.
already, right?
Help! He stammered.
Yeah, we heard this part.
Somebody help!
Lexi.
Hi, Sam, is it? Come on in, make yourself at home. Mi casa es su casa. Come on.
But this is a guest house. This isn't any of our casa. How did you know Dorota?
I don't know anyone in this town, except for Bronwyn and Rain, obviously, and Violet, and the Chief, and now you. Sorry, I'm a bit nervous.
How did you know she was going to die?
Good old-fashioned fortune-telling. Well, kind of. We drew a card each and smushed them all together. Do you know what the most dangerous tarot card is?
The tower? Oh my god, the happy squirrel. They're just straight up Simpsons. Death? Oh no, it just means change. Oh! The happy squirrel! I think it's the tower though, isn't it? I mean, I know it's not death and the happy squirrel's a joke, so the devil?
Nah, the devil's cool. The tarot one, I mean, not the actual one. I'm not a devil worshipper.
So what is?
The 5 of Swords. I think so anyway.
Oh.
There's nothing more dangerous than someone taking whatever they want, no matter the cost.
You drew the 5 of Swords for Dorota?
Yeah, I did. Rain got the Knight of Wands, that's Dorota, and Bronwyn got the 10 of Swords, which is, well, you know, swords in general are bad.
Why did you come to August?
The cards told us to. Well, the cards and Rain. Tarot gives us a rough direction, and he narrows it down with some astrological jiggery-pokery. He's basically a walking esoteric library. And if that sounds dull, let me reassure you, it is.
You do whatever the cards tell you?
No. Well, yeah. Well, no. We have a job to do.
A job?
I didn't say job. I said job.
A job? I'm thinking, what does this remind me of? There's something just like that. Whatever, to hell with that. I'm gonna drop it.
Yeah, it's a tarot thing you won't understand.
Oh, it was like from The Princess Bride, right? Like Blave. Oh, he must have cheated at cards and gotten killed. It's a Blave. It's a word that exists. Don't worry about it. How well do you know Bronwyn?
She's like my big sister, so pretty well.
Do you think she killed her?
No.
What were you doing?
I was in my room all night with Bronwyn. We were painting our nails.
Oh, okay. Can I see your nails?
No, I mean, yeah. I've already cleaned it off.
I have something that might interest Dr. Yutani, Dimitri said with a smile, trying to hide his anxiety. With a trembling hand, he produced the etchings from his pouch. What's this? Dr. Yutani asked as she carefully accepted the notes. More writing from the strangers? She studied the letters, hemming and hawing. It's just one word repeated over and over. I need to cross-reference with the data list findings, but at first glance it seems to be about abuse or torture. Or punishment.
This radio is going to drive me freaking nuts.
Dimitri.
I assume you've been to see Chief DuPont already.
Did you know Dorota?
Not really. I'm sure she was a precious lamb, though.
Oh?
Yes, a lamb. Young. Innocent.
Sacrificial.
Lambs get slaughtered, though, don't they?
Yeah, you're not suspicious, like, really? So Dorota was nice?
Nice, yes, that's a good description. Actually, I thought she was a bit slutty, to be honest.
You know, my second or third grade teacher said nice was a generally uncreative description, along with good. Slutty, you say? Although, I don't know, I remember you had a real thing about wanting sex and then going to the ocean in the previous game, didn't you?
Sorry.
You're a different character.
I'm gossiping. I don't want to talk ill of the dead. Ask her boyfriend.
Where do I find her boyfriend?
Oscar lives at the vicarage next to the church. Don't tell him I sent you, though. I'm sure he's sick of seeing people already.
What were you doing last night?
It's the strangest thing. I honestly don't remember.
Oh god, another one of these.
I imagine I was here or getting groceries somewhere.
You ever been at her house?
I've driven by it. Never actually been in it.
I'm gonna leave off the pills.
Later. On the way over, Dimitri had listened to those recordings and couldn't make out anything out of the ordinary. Perhaps...
Sam,
Bronwyn.
is it? I'm sensing you're not here for a reading.
With that radio, I simultaneously want it on, but am I'm also like unnerved by it. Can I see the Mercury Tarot?
Mercury? Sure. I'll just get it.
Out the window.
It feels a bit sacrilegious just spreading it out to show you. It doesn't really answer questions, it more asks them. Do you want it to ask you a question, Sam?
I want to watch the cards change before my eyes and freak me out. Sure.
It wants to know if you're happy being the person you are now.
Ooh. That's a dangerous question, considering I'm a shape-shifting detective. Yes. No, wait, well... Not really.
Mercury agrees with you.
Uh-huh.
It's nice that you're being honest with me. And with yourself.
Where were you at 9 p.m.?
In my room, reading. I found a trashy romance novel under the bed. I'm assuming it's Violet's. It's all swooning heroines and brooding vampire Casanovas. Thank God Lexi saved me.
Well, I mean, the 5th book has Memnock the devil. It's kind of... saved you?
She came to my room to chat for a little while. That was around 9, I think. You can ask her.
You think Violet's trashy?
I said the book was trashy. Look at this place. If her guest house is anything to go by, Violet's the opposite of trashy.
Questions about the murder?
Chief Dupont thinks I did it. I'm hoping you'll convince him otherwise.
How well did you know her?
I didn't. We've only been here 2 days. I understand it's suspicious me being a stranger in town, but it's the truth.
Except you predicted her murder.
We saw danger in the cards and we tried to stop it. Trust me, Sam, we're on the same team.
How did you predict?
We saw it in the cards, not images, feelings, impressions. Tarot can be very powerful.
Can't you ask who the killer is? Although Mercury asks the questions, but couldn't you use a regular deck?
Not these cards.
Yeah.
They only tell us what they want us to do.
Do you want me to go to the store and pay a couple bucks for a pack of regular-ass tarot cards?
An order. This could only mean one thing. Ivan sat up, scooped Uni to the floor, and pulled on a t-shirt. She waited for him to stand, then led him down to the kitchen.
It's 6 o'clock, and you're listening to Radio August. Police investigating the murder of Dorota Shaw are appealing to the community to help catch her killer. The body of 21-year-old Miss Shaw, an accomplished cellist, was found in her home last night. Police are describing the murder as a violent and despicable act. Monroe.
It's just terrible. Meanwhile, out of respect for the victim and her family, this weekend's Tulip Festival has been postponed. New dates will be announced shortly, so do stay tuned to Radio August for updates.
I heard Dorota Shaw was due to play this weekend.
At the Tulip Festival?
Indeed. I understand why they'd want to postpone it. Tonight the weather will be mostly dry and warm, but be on the lookout for dark clouds on the horizon, as there may be scattered showers. Best take an umbrella, Monroe, so you don't get wet.
I like getting wet. That's 6 o'clock with Poe and Monroe.
What a weird radio broadcast. I could just go to the next chapter. Because I expected to just go to the chief's place to report. You know what? I'll go one step further.
Not a rat. A cat. Smaller than a cat. A kitten. Ivan stared at Uni.
Ugh. Chief.
They're as thick as thieves, covering for each other. Well, except the male one. You'll see what I mean.
Ears.
Alright, so
fluffy.
here's a
The
question.
cutest thing.
Should
We're
I
on to
ask
kittens now,
Violet about
Minnie
the
meowed.
pills? Or should I
Ivan
just
pushed
gloss
himself
over
up
that?
and went to get a towel.
Because it's
When he
more
returned,
information
the
versus
kitten was
risking
scrambling at the
alienating
mat
her.
with its front paws,
So what do you think,
trying to
Chad? I'll
drag
stop at the
itself
guest
up.
house real quick.
Its back legs lay helplessly on the floor.
It really does creep me out that they keep
No.
focusing on
Ivan
the radio.
dropped down next to the kitten.
Find somewhere safe to transition. You're not a superhero.
Oh, get the hell out. Oh, this changes things. I can turn into the other characters. This is crazy. So that's how that works. And ask since she had memory loss? Good idea. But perhaps I'll ask under the guise of somebody else. I can see this getting very hard. Because I gotta remember who knows what. Maybe I will just maintain my identity and ask her as Sam.
It
I take clozapine. I think they're for anxiety. I'm a very anxious person.
Clozapine's for schizophrenia, isn't it?
I don't know, Dr. Sam. You tell me.
Ooh. Alright.
To inspect the darkening towel. Blood trickled along the...
So, which character shall I be? I'll have to be careful that I don't run into the other guests. That'll be genuinely terrifying. I wonder what happens if I be him and then talk to the other tarot readers. How weird that would get.
Hello, I'm Rain. I'm Rain.
Do I have an identity of my own? Jeez.
He held the kitten against his chest, partly as an apology.
Have you met the new detective yet? We're basically under 24-hour surveillance.
This is
now.
nuts.
Do you think Sam's onto us?
Onto what exactly?
The real reason we're here.
They're
Our
all
role in the
bluffs.
murder. The real reason we're here. What we did last night.
So these are voices this time. Wow. These are dangerous bluffs. I'm actually... I don't want to go full on and say our role in the murder, but this is a risky move.
The real
reason we're here or what we did last night. Wow. I guess I'll go with the real... Yeah, I see in the chat as well. The real reason we're here.
Sam's not a mind reader. At least I don't think so. Just try not to let anything slip.
Oh my god, this is amazing.
Said Ivan. Anything for you.
And Lexi.
Rain, I'm so worried about Bronwyn. What are we going to do?
Why
Oh my
are you
God.
worried about Bronwyn?
The chief thinks she killed Dorota.
Maybe she did kill Dorota.
I'm gonna hold off on that one.
Beneath the surface, she must be dead. No one can breathe that long underwater. Then she opens her eyes, and I realize it's not...
Violet, I guess?
I mean, this one sounds quite dark and complex,
She's
Alex,
not
so
here.
really, really thank you for sharing this with us.
That's it.
The closing of the eyes, I mean, that's interesting. So she wants to, at least the person she's observing in the dream is not, or does not want to face the world. And then
This radio
when
is
she opens
freaking
her
weird. Alright, so...
Hello, I'm Violet. I'm Violet.
Okay, I can turn back if I wish
She's
to.
getting a lot better at this.
Thank you very much.
So, obviously, once again, Alex, thank you very much for sharing this one with us.
So I guess
would
they
love
have
to
different
talk about this one in
radio
further
stations
detail
for
because
different
actually
personalities?
It's dealing with something that's quite
Man, oh man.
emotional because the imagery of the lake.
Lexi?
Hello, Violet. Is everything okay? Ignore the mess. I was just going to tidy it up.
This is pretty fantastic.
Did you have a pleasant evening last night?
Great, thanks. The room's really lovely.
But you weren't in this room, were you?
Oh. Hey chat, which direction should I go in for this one? You weren't in this room, or I didn't see you? The I didn't see you is at least a little more passive, but we might be able to cut deeper if we're right with you weren't in this room. Any preference for which way I go with this one? Because we're getting to the scary stuff, because I don't want to be too out of character, you know? Any ideas which way I should go for this one? I love games like this. There's all sorts of ways this can go. And I'm also curious as to how creepy the camera angles are going to get. Like in Dekker, like when that ghost girl just started showing up. Creeped me right out. I didn't see her around. Yeah, multiple answers for I didn't see her around. Okay.
I stayed here. I was playing solitaire with Bronwyn.
Isn't solitaire
Yeah.
for one player?
See, you weren't painting your nails. Like, that's something my character knows, but I couldn't ask that as Violet, so I'm definitely doing the top one. Otherwise, I'll blow my cover.
Yeah, I was playing and she was scoring.
What is scoring me at solitaire?
It's 2 people in combat.
Could be combat.
And I'm also wondering if I could let my
Maybe
identity
they're
slip, but only as Violet, and then
It's funny that
change
you
to somebody
mentioned
else that
combat
Lexi would
first,
not
because
suspect.
Most people
Like, this is going to be
actually
pretty
think this is an
interesting.
erotic scene.
Rain.
Mrs. Gallagher, an unexpected pleasure.
How long?
In town? I really don't know. Until the tarot tells us to leave, or you kick us out, obviously.
How did you know Dorota was going to die?
Why do you think the police suspect Bronwyn?
Now that's a very good question. Logically speaking, you'd assume all 3 of us were in on it. Or none of us.
That's it, that's all I
Sounds
get.
great.
Yeah, what a nice guy. It was a practice that was thought of.
You
Bronwyn
don't trust
herself?
me, do you, Violet? Is it because I read tarot? Why don't you let me pull a card for you?
No, thank you.
No thank you, because if I do, I'm gonna get that question about identity or something. Like, that's gonna get really uncomfortable, so no thank you.
Okay.
Did you sleep?
Yes, thank you.
I didn't see you yesterday evening.
Lexi said she was with Bronwyn, so I'll go ahead and bluff.
I stayed in my room. You can ask Lexi. That reminds me, I think I found a book of yours. It's called He Came Through the Shadows.
What makes you think it's mine?
Huh. I'll do it.
Your name's written on the inside cover.
Oh, that... okay.
This demon, this ghost of a phenomenon, so much ritual, so...
Okay, back to the room. Let's do Bronwyn herself.
Hi, I'm Bronwyn.
I can definitely see getting tripped up. And I could end the chapter now.
It started with 1. The first domino to be...
Is there
Violet?
something I can help with, Miss Castle?
I hope we're not being too much trouble.
It's very brave of you to tell the chief that Dorota would be murdered and then stick around afterwards. I'd have run for sure.
You strike me as someone braver than that.
Yeah, why would I run?
You're prime suspect, aren't you? You look strong enough to strangle another woman. Even if you're innocent, a jury would probably convict you.
Damn.
Even if
So
I'm
far,
innocent.
Violet is the most openly suspicious. You look strong enough to strangle another woman,
even if
too.
I'm innocent.
My mind's not made up. I just don't understand why you'd broadcast your victim before you did it.
I love that, like, I'm the one who's being interrogated here.
Groups already have a home for the demon in their heart. Most people do anyway.
Ron, are
Lexi?
you okay?
I'm not okay.
Well, if you're worried, I should be worried. Why are you worried? Should I be worried?
Are you worried?
Only if you are. This could go on in circles for a while. Let's just keep cool and stay in our rooms.
In the
That's it.
heart of his host until there would be nothing left.
Rain.
Bron, something doesn't feel right. I don't know what exactly, but it's not right.
Thoughts on Dorota?
Well, it's hard to say with just 1 victim. Musical talent, red hair. If there's another, there will be a pattern. Do you think it's another right?
A right?
As in the same thing we were chasing after in Birmingham? I suppose it doesn't really matter. Just have to try and stop it.
You're right.
Stop it? Birmingham? Stop it?
I guess I'm gonna go with stop it, because Birmingham, like, if I was there, I should know.
Yes, stop it. If it's a traveller killing things.
Traveler?
I'm gonna drop this.
If it follows the same pattern as Birmingham, we're looking at 2 more victims.
Oh, damn.
Made her decision, and the resolve soothed the scratches in her throat.
Okay, back to the room. Let's do Lexi.
Hi, I'm Lexi. I'm Lexi.
I'm just waiting for the inevitable moment where people go to different places, and then all of a sudden I run into my own self, and it turns into a freaking horror show.
Need it anymore. When I'm gone, Mum will take care of my cat. No one will miss me anyway. No one heard her. They never
Jesus,
do.
thanks.
All humans don't want to die. But more than that, humans don't want to be in pain. So she succumbed to
Wow,
the
okay,
sickness,
Lexi, nice
or
radio.
tried.
Something's weird, isn't it? Ron seems strange today.
How are you?
Do you think Dorota was planning on marrying Oscar?
What makes you say that?
Well, nothing. It was just something I thought I saw. It doesn't matter.
Rationalizing to the demon parasite in her heart.
Rain Violet.
Hello, Lexi. What can I do for you?
Please don't ask us to leave.
The police want alibis from everyone for
night.
last night? Oof.
Please don't ask.
Have you been speaking to Sam? You're safe for the minute.
That sounds ominous.
If one of your crew did murder Dorota, you can't really stay here, can you?
The police want alibis.
I don't know, I'll leave that
hospital
one be.
before the pills tore apart her liver. The doctors, the ones who cared enough to see the signs, helped her, or tried at least.
What's up,
Jesus.
Lexi?
Alright, Bronwyn.
I'm sensing something's on your mind.
I'm worried about our alibi.
Don't worry about that. We don't have anything to hide. I'm more worried about Ray. Since when did he start praying?
You think
Yeah.
he's lying?
Of course not. This is Rain we're talking about. I was just saying it's odd, that's all. Maybe he's found God?
Gotten too big for her.
Not much I can do about
poor
that
soul to
one. I
bear.
guess I'll come
Tore
back
her
as the
apart.
chief, although that might be a risky maneuver.
Hi, Hi, I'm Chief DuPont.
If I were to do this, how would you respond? Oh, whoops, I turned into...
Hello, I'm
crap.
Violet.
I pressed X, I should have pressed circle.
I'm
My
Violet.
bad, I'm going back to Jinx.
Hi.
I should turn into the chief and then report to the chief, just scare the daylights out of him. Although now that I think about it, I wonder what would happen if I did talk to the chief as someone other than Sam.
Falls, the rest go quickly, always.
Now I could talk to everybody again because I'm not one of them.
Who knows whether you've made the right decision or not, Claude?
How's Bronwyn been?
Overly nice. She's covering her tracks well if she has anything to hide.
What was it I asked you to do again?
You just told me to report back to you if I noticed anything suspicious. Good grief, Claude. You're a bit young to be losing your marbles already.
What?
Claude, we've been through this. I honestly don't remember. I checked my diary and there's no entry, so I was probably here, as always.
How can you not remember, Violet?
I don't know. Which is exactly what I said in my statement. Don't try and get me to contradict myself.
That's a different game.
Make it as easy with that boy. They listen to the psychology.
Bronwyn?
Chief DuPont, what a pleasant surprise. I think we've covered just about everything twice over, but if you think I'm hiding something...
Who are you really, Bronwyn Castle?
Oh, jeez.
Does it bother you, Chief DuPont, knowing there are things in this world that aren't black and white? You don't know what to file me under, and that makes you uncomfortable. Or perhaps you've already made up your mind about me. Why don't you tell me who you think I am?
You're a con artist.
Ooh.
You're a murderer.
Damn. Ooh. Ooh. Do we have a preference for this one, chat? A con artist versus a murderer? Because both of those are pretty damning. It might be safer to go with con artist because it's not as damning as murderer, but at the same time, the chief thinks that she's a murderer. I do see a vote for con artist at the very least. I just hope she doesn't break out her deck over this. I'd say she's a con artist because she's a monster hunter, but we're a shapeshifter, so she might be legit.
I haven't asked anyone for a penny.
So,
Bye.
Robin's had this dream recently. I'm looking...
Good evening, Chief Dupont.
Dorota's family. What does the tarot say about them?
Yeah.
I can do a reading if you want.
Yes.
Yes. He does just have a deck.
It's the Five of Cups. It talks about loss and dealing with that loss. I don't think you need a tarot reader to interpret that one.
I like that the deck of cards is the chapter transition, like the zoom in of the liquid.
Not since I've met her. She's a lawful good type character. If you play D&D.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if you play D&D, then she uses a freaking deck of many things. Lexi ever been in trouble?
No. Not to my knowledge. She's sweet and innocent. Or haven't you picked up on that yet?
Not
I
attended.
couldn't ask about him.
Their family, as they say.
Ooh, that was creepy for a second.
Oh, Chief Inspector, you gave me a shock. What is it? What have I done?
Tell me about Bronwyn.
She's an Aquarius, her favourite colour is green. What else do you need to know?
Is she your leader? Has she killed
Has she
before?
killed before?
No, and she hasn't killed this time. Nice try though.
Why are you here in August?
Well, it's not for the nightlife, I can tell you that. This is where the cards told us to go. I guess you could call it destiny.
Do you know anyone here?
What's wrong with the nightlife?
There isn't any. And sometimes a girl needs a party.
What were you doing last night?
Nothing. I mean, I was here all night. This cat's on a... Bron can vouch for me.
I really do want to break out the painting the nails contradiction, but that would
There are
expose
so
my
many of us
character.
that go through situations like this, so similar to yours, but please don't hesitate to reach out to...
Right,
I
Monroe, and I
really
think
wonder...
just by hearing your words, I think Robin can take heart and can
What if I do go to
understand
the chief's office?
what's going
No,
on.
I
I think
can't
that
do
already
it. I have to be
could
Sam.
be a beginning of finding answers to the sadness. Okay, Alice, this is what I
I
brought
will
in
hazard
today.
the chief
What do you
one
think?
more time.
Oh, wow.
Violet says her statement's in your office.
It is, and that's where it's staying. You don't need to see it, Sam. Violet can get confused at times. Just keep doing what you're doing and we'll get along fine.
That really would have been cool, though, if I could have talked to him as a different character.
Rain says he was praying in his room, alone. Nobody corroborates. Bronwyn and Lexi say they were in the same room last night. Shame they can't agree which one. The tarot readers
Yeah, I
have
noticed
mentioned a
that.
job. We don't know what. Violet says she doesn't remember last night, and you found out she's taking pills. Perhaps they're related. That's it.
Okay.
Oh.
It's called the Screaming Muck. Legend has it that this muck called
I'm gonna do the guest house one more time and see if there's anything new I can get as Sam. But then I gotta move to the next chapter. What can I say?
Tut. The king ordered that Busan be
He
shrunk
might be able
by
to talk to him as
mystics,
someone
and the
else, just not
process
himself.
caused the pain.
That's a good point. But I thought I already was somebody else. If I was the chief, then obviously that makes no sense. I'll try Rain. And I'll see if I'm allowed to go to the chief.
Shop is now closed. You're listening to...
Oh, I can do it. Damn.
Right. I'm busy. You gonna turn yourself in?
Wow, so I can manipulate the chief, too. You gonna turn yourself in? Yeah. Wouldn't that be amazing?
No.
Then you're wasting my time.
Was woken by the crowing of his cat. This was
Alright, you know
nothing new.
what? I'll try Violet.
He opened his eyes to find Uni standing on his chest, her mottled face.
This is interesting.
Hello, I'm Violet. I'm Violet.
It was a hopeful plea, feebly delivered.
Here we
Uni's
go.
reply, a loud
There's a
and
lot more
indignant-
information I
What's
could
going
get
on,
in
Violet?
Chapter 1.
Is everything okay?
I could skip out on a lot.
Yes, I'm okay. No.
No.
What's the matter?
The new detective's acting strangely.
I don't feel safe.
feel safe.
Well, I'm debating between the new detective and I don't feel safe. The new detective, so I can get insight on myself from the chief, but that might get me in trouble from the chief. Versus I don't feel safe, which seems like a more neutral answer. So, do we have any preference for which option I should go with on this one? Oh, what if the meds Violettes are taken on for multiple personalities? I mean, that we did address schizophrenia. That's not multiple personality disorder, but at the same time, I don't know if the game knows that. Although I suppose it would be dissociative identity disorder at this point. But the new detective's acting strangely, or I don't feel safe. Do we have a preference for this? Because again, I could
The new
get
detective's
intel on myself
strangely.
versus see what the chief thinks about my not feeling safe. I'm curious about this. But in any case, schizophrenia would be for... I think it's like hearing voices. But dissociative identity disorder is what the personality stuff is. Also, that's an uncomfortable angle, Chief Jenks. I don't feel safe unanimously.
I don't.
You can feel safe. I've already got somebody posted outside the guest house. It's an unmarked car. You know Danny, don't you? Leyland's kid?
Oh.
Any problems, you let him know.
There's some insight.
Off you go. I'm being subtle. I don't want to see you back here, okay? You got anything to report, give me a call. Any problems, talk to Danny. Danny, remember?
Oh, that is
Danny.
interesting.
We
Danny?
just talked about this. I said I'd post somebody this morning, and I did. Then I told you it was Danny. Take the pills, Violet. Take the pills.
It's
Interesting.
okay. It's okay.
Interesting.
Tears blurred
Is it
his
possible
vision.
to talk to this
He
Danny
stroked the kitten with the
in an
side of his
unmarked car?
finger. Don't move, okay?
Maybe
Just
not.
don't try
But
to
that's
move.
interesting.
But the kitten wouldn't stop.
I guess I'll change the chapter now.
Harder even than a magpie. One and done. The kitten's
Let's do the chapter
skull-
change.
It's 6 o'clock and you're listening to Radio August. Police investigating the murder of Dorota Shaw are appealing to the community to help catch her killer. The body of 21-year-old Miss Shaw, an accomplished cellist, was found in her home last night. Police are describing the murder as a violent and despicable act.
We heard this
Monroe.
already? Did I miss
It's
something?
just terrible. Meanwhile, out of respect for the victim and her family, this weekend's Tulip
This is
Festival has been
disorienting.
postponed. New dates will be announced shortly, so do stay tuned to Radio August for updates.
I heard Dorota Shaw was due to play this weekend.
At the Tulip Festival.
Indeed. I understand why they'd want to postpone it. Tonight the weather will be mostly dry and warm, but be on the lookout for dark clouds on the horizon.
This is off-putting.
As
And
there
again, I
may be
can't skip
scattered
this.
showers. Best take an umbrella, Monroe, so you don't get wet.
I like getting wet. That's 6 o'clock with Poe and Monroe.
I hope we haven't just reset. I'll try this one more time at the risk of looping.
Against his chest, partly as an apology, partly
Okay.
so he wouldn't have to see it, and made his way back
I can
to the
visit
bedroom
Oscar.
with
Who are you?
I'm Sam. The Shaws hired me to investigate the murder.
Right, because the local police are so rubbish. It's been a day, a whole day. It's typical of them.
What can you tell me about her parents?
Not much. They always seemed happy to see me. I don't think they meant it. They wanted Dorota to focus on her music.
Did you see her yesterday?
Yeah, I went round there in the afternoon. Her parents were at work, and we were, you know, hanging out. I left at about 5.
Where were you?
Playing football. It was just 5-a-side. Finished at about 9:30. I called her, but she never picked up.
How long were you dating?
Not long, a couple of months maybe. We did care for each other.
Any idea who would do this?
No, no one. She was really popular.
Is it possible the killer was hiding in her room?
What, you mean watching us? That's disturbing. No, it couldn't have been. The only place he could have hidden would be in the closet, and I suppose someone could have hidden in the closet.
Must be a big one?
Yeah, it's big enough for 2 people to have sex in. Not 4.
Okay, buddy. Like to experiment?
She had a few kinks, nothing weird.
Kinks?
Yeah, a band from the 60s. I'm not discussing this with you.
What? Wait, what? So what was in the closet?
Clothes, mainly. I did see something that freaked me out a bit. She had a wedding dress in there. She knew I'd seen it, but we never talked about it. Not even as a joke.
That is off-putting.
And climbing stairs can show that you're achieving your goals.
Guest house, I guess, right? Well, no, Chief.
Anyone use an Oscar Wainwright?
Playing football?
That's what you told me too. Not a suspect.
Who's on your list?
Just the tarot readers. No one else is remotely suspicious compared to them.
What about her family?
Dorota's an only child. She lived with her mum and dad. Monday night was movie night, so they'd go and watch the 8 o'clock at the Odeon. Dorota would get the house to herself. They're devastated, naturally. They left town to stay with relatives. You didn't do it, Sam. Although, perhaps I should have made them stay. Rain says he was praying in his room, alone.
Yeah, we've heard
Nobody
this.
corroborates. Bronwyn and Lexi say they were in the same room last night.
Yeah, these are unskippable, though.
I can't agree which one. The tarot readers mentioned Birmingham. You're looking into it. There's some talk about a traveller, whatever that is. Oscar's not a suspect. He was playing football last night with lots of witnesses. According to Oscar, Dorota had a wedding dress in her closet, which is strange. Violet says she doesn't remember last night, but I've got that in hand. That's it.
Okay.
And uncontrollably. Lung adds his own blood samples to the victims.
I could visit Oscar or somebody else, I
drops a barely
suppose.
touched cigarette to the floor and squishes it with his boot heel, wiping his mouth with a now bloodied sleeve.
Let's do...
He reaches into his jacket for something.
I'll change to somebody else
ability
first.
isn't endless.
What?
It will run out.
Oh, my ability runs out at a point? Oh, interesting. And I can be Oscar now, which is pretty crazy.
Few rings, it's answered.
But my ability is not endless.
I
That's
found her.
interesting. I guess I'll chat up
back from
Lexi.
already?
Yeah, Bronwyn says she was in her room last night, not yours.
Oh, yeah, that's right. All these rooms look the same. Sorry.
Yeah, I know Violet seems off, and leaning into the suspicion, but Lexi's the only one who seems to have straight up lied to me repeatedly.
I was in Bron's room. Ask her.
Tell me about the Traveler. No, did you know the boyfriend?
No, I think Bronwyn met him though.
When?
This morning. He only wanted to see her. I guess he didn't want anyone else to hear what he had to say.
Yeah, Traveler.
Traveller? That's a really old role-playing game, isn't it?
Rain told me all about it.
Oh, did he now? Well then, you know what I know. I guess you must be a part of our inner circle. How does it feel?
Feels good, man.
Cheeky. Are you flirting with me?
No.
God, I'm such a bad judge of character. Just ignore me.
From the wounds, she staggers with each impact, then begins to...
So, Bronwyn? God, that was off-putting, jeez. Lexi says she was in her room last night, not yours.
Oh, she gets easily confused. Youth of today.
The kids. Am I right? Tell me the truth.
Fine. Jeeve Dupont was breathing down her neck, so we thought it would be simpler if we stuck together. If these walls weren't separating our rooms, then technically it'd be true.
Oh, could we see the boyfriend as other characters? I assume so. Why did you lie about your alibi?
To protect Lexi. None of this is her fault, and she gets anxious easily. I was just trying to take the pressure off. I'm sorry, Sam. I never usually lie.
Never usually. What were you doing in your room?
I was logged into Tarotism. It's a phone reading service, and I get paid by the minute. Which, now that I'm saying it, it's not something I really should be bragging about.
She told the chief that she never charges. Anyway, did you know her boyfriend?
Yes, he came to see me. He wanted to know that she was okay, spiritually speaking.
You contacted her spirit?
No, I wouldn't know how. I'm a tarot reader, not a medium. Maybe I should have pretended, though. Made up some fake message from her to give him some comfort.
Why didn't you?
You lie once, and you just have to keep going, don't you?
That is a good point.
Read by Tex Murphy. The hole in her chest is the size of a cigarette. I can see straight through.
Sam, what can I do for you?
How did you get her name from the tarot?
We didn't. Lexi used a Ouija board to get the name.
Yeah, the tarot didn't tell you? So you are media?
It's Lexi's thing. I don't personally go near them, but in this case, it did help.
Couldn't you use it on its own?
No. Lexi needs to give it context from the tarot reading. A lot of the time, it comes up with nothing. Or a sordid comment directed at Lexi. I think that's why she keeps using it, to be honest.
Tell me more about it.
Once we thought there was going to be a murder, Lexi used the Ouija board to find out the victim's name. It spelled out the rota.
Okay. How does it work?
This is going to sound weird. Most people believe Ouija boards contact the dead. So if Lexi contacts a dead person, that person needs to know what happens in the future. Ergo, maybe the person she's contacting is from the future. A time traveler who died here.
That's a reach. Time travel is real?
Yes. Well, not just time travel, time and space travel is also possible. If we accept the fact there are multiple realities, we must also accept there are others like us who found a way to travel between these realities.
Oh, so this guy suddenly finding God, could he have been replaced? Anyway, Lexi mentioned you're here to do a job.
We're trying to save people.
I'll let that slide.
Birmingham. We couldn't save anyone there either. The problem with travelers is... Let's put a pin in this one, Sam.
Oh. Birmingham? Travelers?
Let me ask Bronwyn. If she says it's okay to talk about it, it's okay to talk about it.
Throw remains. Still stroking the
Maybe
couch.
I'll contact Bronwyn myself. Ouija board?
It's Lexi's. I like to think it works the way most metaphysical things work. Through energy.
What metaphysical things?
Tarot cards, runes, Ouija boards. They're just devices for asking questions and receiving answers. But energy is what powers them.
You thinks.
Okay,
There's
bye.
an onomat
That's
on
all I
Lotus.
needed.
When they get in your head, you can't get them out.
Rain Lexi. That stare. Tell me about the Ouija board.
Oh, it's just your run-of-the-mill spirit communication device. Want to know how it works?
Well, yeah, the manual comes with the Hasbro ones, don't they? Or was it Parker Brothers?
Cool, okay. So Ouija boards send us messages from the spirit world, right? But where is the spirit world? I mean, there's planets and stars in space. The spirit world must be really far away beyond all that.
Go on.
We're so far to travel, messages from the spirit world must take ages to get here. Like how light from the sun takes 8 minutes or something to reach us. You still with me?
What's a sun? Wishing I wasn't. Jeez, hooked on your every word.
Oh, you're sweet. Where was I? Oh, so here's my point.
That was weird. It was like she looked at the trophy for a second.
Actually several hours ahead of us. That's how we get messages about things that haven't happened yet. That's how we got Dorota's name. Because in the spirit world, she was already dead.
Wow.
I know. Mind-blowing.
So anyway, why'd you lie?
I didn't. How did you find out? Am I in trouble?
Well, that depends on why you lied.
Ron was worried about me not having an alibi. She was logged in doing phone readings, so she's alright. But there's nothing to prove that I was here. I was, though. Cross my heart and hope to die.
Good enough for me.
Welcome to Poe's Curiosity Shop.
Well, do you think Oscar did it?
Vicar's son? No, as far as I can tell, Oscar is a good boy. But we've all got different faces now, haven't we, Sam?
That's off-putting. The vicar's son didn't do it, he just watched. He experienced the killing vicariously. Hey! Different faces?
Masks we wear. I could be a satanic cultist behind closed doors, but you'd never know. Would you, Sam?
Jeez, stop doing that with the camera. Why would someone kill Dorota?
She flaunts herself. Her body. Had boudoir photographs taken. Who do you think those photos were for, Sam? Her mother?
She is so openly suspicious, but again, Lexi has repeatedly lied to me. Sounds like you know a lot about her.
Not really, just gossip. Apparently she went to have some portrait photos done and started stripping off. Weston's photographic. Zach Weston. He'll get himself into trouble one of these days.
Why trouble?
If you keep taking pictures of pretty girls in their underwear, somebody's going to get upset.
Very upset. So tell me about Weston.
Zach's the local photographer. You should go and talk to him, Sam. You're good at talking.
And becoming. You know where he is?
At Weston's photographic? Off the high road? It's late, but he's always there.
Am I supposed to know where he is?
Sorry, Sam. I forgot you've only been here an hour or so. You've come and gone so much already, it feels like you've been here much longer.
Is this game doing a loop or something?
The closet, peering through the crack. It floated there.
It's 7 o'clock, and here's the latest August update. Chief DuPont of August Police is urging residents to be vigilant tonight following the brutal murder of 21-year-old Dorota Shaw. Whilst he stresses there is no immediate threat to the community at large, residents should be on the lookout until the killer is in police custody. Miss Shaw was found strangled in her bedroom home last night. Poe, I heard she was found by her mother.
Truly awful. Mother caught me up to all sorts of mischief in my bedroom. Also in the news, emergency services were called to the crossroads at Grange Avenue and Church Street following a collision between two cars. There are no reports of any serious injuries, but you might want to take a different route for now.
Oh no. It's going to be one of those nights, Poe.
Stay with me, doll. I'll keep you safe.
I'm not going anywhere. That's 7 o'clock with Poe and Monroe.
Alright. You'll know. Oh, I could just go next chapter if I wanted to. You'll notice that he said there was a two-car collision. Didn't call it an accident. Why? Because an accident implies there's no one to blame.
On row of teeth.
I can visit Oscar, guest house chief, but I guess we're out of luck with the photographer.
Until it wasn't.
I'm gonna shift again.
Altering its form like camouflage, playing with the images and thoughts.
I'll do Oscar.
I'm Oscar. Is there anything else I can do?
Shiver of pursuit up by a nightmare. A cold gaze grasps at
Oscar Wainwright, what a surprise.
Bye.
And then stuck.
Bronwyn.
Would be over
It's always
quickly.
so off-putting to me when someone's just not there.
A blink.
Rain. Jeez,
My shoulders
okay.
with spider-like fingers. Black eyeless socket.
Wow.
A cold dark tunnel.
There is just
and at the
nothing.
bottom a mirage. Those teeth.
The chief?
Oscar? What are you doing here?
I want to help.
I know. We've already talked about this. You said you'd get into Bronwyn Castle's room somehow and have a look around.
Why?
Now we're talking.
To find evidence that ties her into Dorota's murder? Maybe you're not the right man for this job.
I agreed to help
You
the
have
vague
my
lady with its
attention.
disguise. Yes.
I don't know what the hell I would do in
I agreed
Bronwyn's
to help.
room that doesn't involve talking.
That it will do no good
It just
for its
kicks me
disguise to
out.
float.
Like, I don't know what you
Since
want from
human
me.
beings-
I guess I just wasted my shift. Anyone else I could be? I know oh, wait a minute. I'll be Bronwyn, and I'll give Rain permission to talk about the subject.
Hi, I'm Bronwyn.
How do you like that bit of genius right there, ladies and gentlemen?
I'm Bronwyn.
As age, drugs, and street life took their toll on her market value.
You can tell Sam about Birmingham.
Oh my god, this is great. Although, it's a little weird if I just open with that. Like, how did you know I asked about that? But I'm gonna do it.
Well, what can I tell Sam that you haven't already?
You know Sam likes a fact check.
I don't really know Sam. But if you're sure, then I guess I'm sure.
What did you tell the police you were doing last night?
I told them the truth, that I was in my room. I'm not sure if they can fact check it, but it's the only alibi I've got. Kind of wish we'd all stuck together now.
When should we do another reading?
You already told us. 8 o'clock. Ron, are you okay?
Oh man, this is great.
Stretching
So it's
it
only an hour
wide.
from now, right?
The bag lady gapped its bile.
Back to Sam. Apparently I can't keep spamming my power.
Involuntary gags reflect.
Are you freaking
Coated
kidding
with
me? Are you gonna
mucus.
talk or
Coated.
what? Tell me about Birmingham.
The work-
Do it. Do it.
Cavity, and then up further.
What the hell is this? Give me
until it was
Birmingham.
crawling inside.
Do it.
And gradually, as the worm settled, panic made
Alright,
way
I am
for
gonna do
dread.
one report to the chief,
The
though.
worm was inside my skull.
Bronwyn and Lexi are lying about their alibis.
There he goes. Got any proof?
Nope.
Get proof. Then I can haul them in. Rain says he was praying in his room, alone.
Yeah, this information
Nobody
again.
corroborates. Roman and Lexi
Yeah,
lied about
Dragon,
their
so probably
alibis.
need next chapter to
I
talk to
think what to do
Rain.
about it.
Would have
Apparently,
been nice to really
Lexi
get the
used a
information
Ouija
down
board
now,
to
though,
get
but
Dorota's
we'll do
room.
it.
The tarot readers mentioned Birmingham. You're looking into it. There's some talk about a traveller.
I do like this, though. This, like, recap in
Oscar's not a
case
suspect. He was
I
playing
stop
football
playing
last
for a
night
while.
with lots of witnesses. According to Oscar, Dorota had a wedding dress in her closet, which is strange. Violet says she doesn't remember last night, but I've got that in hand. And finally, you pull the name Zach Weston from somewhere, saying he's the town photographer? I've never run into him. Still, I guess I'm not in the papers that much. That's it.
Bye.
And maybe the people sensed it.
Next chapter.
It's 7 o'clock, and here's the latest August update. Chief DuPont of August Police is urging residents
so again,
to be vigilant tonight following the brutal murder of 21-year-old Dorota Shaw.
But these radio personalities weirded me out.
There is no immediate threat to the community
Bring an
at
umbrella
large.
if you don't want to get it wet.
Residents
I
should
like
be on the
getting
lookout
wet.
until
Anyway,
the
that's the
killer is in
news.
police
Bye.
custody. Miss Shaw was found strangled in her bedroom
Her parents
home
found
last
her
night.
dead. My parents caught me in
Oh,
mischief once.
I heard she was
Haha,
found by her
anyway.
mother.
Truly awful. Mother caught me up to all sorts of mischief in my bedroom.
What
also
is
in the
that?
news, emergency services were called to the crossroads at Grange Avenue and Church Street following a collision between two cars. There are no reports of any serious injuries, but you might want to take a different route for now.
Any Dragoness, I don't know why they repeat this when we hit next chapter. Like, I could see this being a notification that we can hit next chapter,
anywhere.
but when you hit it twice in a row, it's like, Alright, I'll play for a little longer. What, next chapter again?
The worm didn't care. The worm insisted that the bag lady was waiting for me to demonstrate my usefulness, or else be eaten tonight.
See if anyone has anything to say, otherwise
George
I'm going to go to the
found
next
out
chapter.
that
Like, I
there
really
was a
don't get the
great place he
repetition
could-
stuff.
A building with a
Yeah, no, I
vacant
guess I just gotta do
penthouse.
next chapter. Like, again? I don't
George wanted
get
to
it.
know if I was the owner.
It's 7 o'clock, and here's the
Ugh, I
latest
think I
August
genuinely have to sit through the
Chief DuPont
announcement
of
and
August
then hit
Police
next
is
chapter
urging residents to be
from
vigilant
having
tonight
hit next
following the
chapter.
brutal
I
murder of
don't
21-year-old
understand that
Dorota
design
Shaw.
in the
While he
slightest.
stresses there is no immediate
I don't know
threat
why
to
they
the community
troll
at
us
large,
like so
residents
hardcore.
should be on the lookout
So I have
until
to
the
hit
killer
next
is in
chapter,
police custody.
then I have to hit next
Miss Shaw was
chapter.
found strangled in her bedroom home last
Let's
night.
hear about how
Poe,
Mother
I heard
caught
she was
Poe
found
in
by
all
her
sorts
mother.
of mischief
Truly
in his
awful.
room.
Mother caught me up to all sorts of mischief in my bedroom.
I don't get
Also
it.
in the news,
Why
emergency
you do
services
this,
were called
video
to the
games?
crossroads at Grange Avenue and Church Street following a collision between two cars. There are no reports of any serious injuries, but you might want to take a different route for now.
Oh no. It's going to be one of those nights, Poe.
Stay with me, doll. I'll keep you safe.
I'm not going anywhere.
God, that's weird.
That's 7 o'clock with Poe and
I'll keep
Monroe.
you safe. Anyway, next chapter for Super Reels? I don't get that.
So, Robin's had this dream recently.
And we're in. That's the
looking
next
through an
chapter.
album
We
of
did
family
it.
photos,
Now we're in for Reelsy
but I
Reels.
don't recognize
And I can
anyone
visit
in the
Zach.
photos.
And I can visit the
I'm
guest
trying
house.
to
I can hit a
remember their
brain.
names, but I can't. And then I realized that my family are all standing around me and they're all crying because I...
So, Birmingham.
Fine, Sam. Birmingham. Mercury took us to Birmingham. We didn't know what for. We never really know what for. But we turned up. It started with a girl, Ginny. She was South African. I only mention it because that was its thing.
What? Its thing?
Yeah. We didn't know at the time, but in hindsight, it was after South African girls. 3 to be exact. The Traveller wanted 3.
And the Traveller is an it. Why did the Traveller want 3 victims?
You should ask Bronwyn. She's the one that knows about rights. I just know it normally involves 3, and all 3 share a common attribute.
No wonder he went, or made a point of talking about how Dorota was a redhead and a cellist. Like, is there going to be a connection? Are there other redheads? Because if so, then Violet's the next target, right? She's a redhead. Tell me about the Travelers.
I guess you might call them demons, in as much as they can get inside us. They come from other worlds.
Oh?
Kind of, yeah. Quantum physics is real, didn't you know?
Yeah, I played Dr. Dekker.
There are many universes. In technical terms, a traveller is a trans-dimensional being far more superior to us, in as much as they can choose which reality to hang out in. We just get this one.
They can inhabit us?
Yes, disturbingly. It's actually a lot more complicated than that. They choose a reality/universe where they actually evolve to become the person they're possessing. So they jump in a few million years before our timelines intersect.
That's crazy.
They can't just jump into someone. It takes a few hours for that. They make the decision before they travel, which is why we can catch them.
You think the murderer is a traveler?
Yes, probably. The tarot doesn't just sat-nav us to normal murders.
Okay, enough of that. Do you know Zach Weston?
I met him yesterday, doing the rounds, looking for reading work. Actually, he... Oh no.
Let's put a pin in that, shall we, Sam?
He did mention Dorota.
Okay. What about?
He said there was this girl he was planning to meet up with. Said she was alone every Monday night because her parents go to the cinema. Do you know what that means? It was Dorota Shaw.
Oh, so I could have asked Oscar if Dorota was seeing anyone else. Might have been Zach.
Involved issue.
Very good.
That's sort of something you could say about most dreams that are recurring dreams.
Of course.
There's an unresolved issue here, but it's related
I'll hit up
to
everyone else
shopping.
before Zach, then I'll try Zach, and then I'll wrap it up, I think.
We've got to stop meeting like this. Seriously though, Sam, I'm working. Can't it wait? Just give me to 8, okay?
Oh, but the reading's at 8, isn't it? That's going to be the big dramatic conclusion.
Back on the shelves.
I assume.
So it's
Rain Bronwyn.
Sam, look, I can't talk right now. I'm doing phone readings. Gotta pay for a job somehow. Lexi's locked in till 8 too. I can sort you out afterwards, yeah?
I should be the chief and hit her up about that con artist
I mean,
thing.
keep going the way you're going, and I'm...
Violet? Do you think Weston killed her?
I have no idea, Sam. You should ask him about that.
You keep asking me to talk to him.
Do I? Well, then you probably should.
That's amazing. I don't know what I expected. Whoa, 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 what the hell? That's genuinely creepy.
Your explanation of this dream.
Jesus Christ, are you serious?
Perhaps, Gabby,
I
you might always be
super
giving
did not
more
need
to other
that.
people than you receive. A
That's straight
relationship,
up
perhaps,
off-putting.
where you
God
feel that
damn.
others see you as someone else's significant other.
Thanks, video
rather
games.
than actually having your own identity.
Even
as
Dr.
yourself.
Dekker didn't have a
Now,
straight
for
up
me personally, I
scare in
believe
it.
that
It just had like
every relationship
underlying
that you have with someone
creepiness.
should be equal.
Jesus.
And you should
I like
be loved
covered my ears for that
who
scene
you
like a
are.
little kid because I knew something was
And
coming.
maybe that is something that perhaps, Gabby,
I'm gonna hail a goddamn
you might
cab.
have to check.
Sorry,
I'm gonna talk to a human.
Come back tomorrow or make an appointment online.
No, I want to talk to you because you're a human and not a creepy friggin' spirit. Sir, talk to me all night. I don't want to go back. Are you Zach Weston?
Yes. What do you want?
I want to not go back. Oh, what a stupid question. Oh, that's right. That's right. That was my alibi. The Shaws hired me. Right. Okay, I remembered it. I got it. Winterburn. Dr. Dekker also had a creepy little girl. Yeah, she faded into existence, and I switched to another character before I saw any more of that. But even then, that was all in my head. I'd heard about a ghost girl, so I was thinking about a ghost girl. Like, I get it. That was in the context of the game. That was on me. But I don't know what the hell this was. So anyway, the Shaws hired me.
The Shaws? Oh. You mean that girl who got killed? What was her name? Dorothy?
Dorota. But okay, so just to remind people, I said this at the beginning of the stream. These guys did the wacky, somewhat wacky, like it got creepy, but Jenks was wacky. Murder investigation game, Contradiction, Spot the Liar. But I will remind you, they have also done a straight up horror game, also on PC. I am going to have to look into that. Anyway, you've never met Dorota?
I see a lot of faces in my studio, but I'm not good with names. Wait. Dorota, I remember now.
So, photographed?
For the August Chronicle, she won some sort of award. I remember her cello. It kept reflecting the flash and ruining the shot.
Oh, I could see that. Sounds like one shell of a time. Did you come to the studio?
No, I went to her house, along with the reporter. It's better with these human interest stories to capture them in a natural habitat.
Ooh. I'll do it. You know where she lives?
If you asked me to drive there without my sat-nav, no.
Fair enough. That the only time you met her?
No, actually, I've been running a special offer on portraits since she came in for a studio session. Wait there.
Oh no, don't leave me alone. I don't want to see a ghost. Okay, thank you. Welcome back, sir.
As you can see, there's photos here. Her on the cello. Now this one's in colour. Beautiful hair.
I'm waiting for like a horror picture.
Oh, legs wrapped around. Another one here. Ooh, hang on. Do you see what I see?
Well, didn't the chief have one of these pics? I mean, not that I have any other option to point out what I see, but I don't know what it is I'm supposed to be seeing. So what do you see? I'll just ask.
Nothing. She's just a very attractive girl. That's all.
Okay, okay. Alright. A little off-putting, but... Take any other pictures?
What do you mean?
Violet told me.
Violet needs to mind her own business. I didn't want to mention them out of respect for the dead. You've heard of boudoir photography?
Yes, just straight up.
Dorota saw my boudoir set and asked me to take some shots. It's all very tasteful. A lot of women have them done as gifts for their husbands, or boyfriends, or girlfriends, I suppose.
Whom did Dorota get them for?
She didn't say. Her boyfriend, I assume.
Fine. You're friends with Violet?
Friends? Yes. I know Violet very well.
How well?
Violet takes it very well, actually.
Jesus.
I like him like that. With a frosty exterior comes a soft, warm center.
Wow, okay, buddy. So does that mean that you're sleeping with her? This is just like that scene in Half-Baked, where it was like, do you not know any code words at all? Like, do you have cocaine? Yes. It's like,
sorry, my analogy wasn't explicit enough.
Yeah, like, come on.
Yes, we have sex.
Oh, I was just asking if you were sleeping with her. I didn't know that was sex. That was going to be my second question. So, Rain says you've met?
Rain. Yes, the tower reader. Delightful fella, but I couldn't offer him anything. He asked if he could do readings for my customers while they waited. Can't have that, really. It's retail ambush.
Yeah, fair enough. Did he do a reading for you?
He offered, but I declined. There's no such thing as fate detective. If there was, you could stop investigating right now. If you're supposed to find a killer, you will. Why put in the effort?
Yeah, touche. And where were you?
Here. I'm usually here most nights.
Can anyone confirm that?
Only the roof rats.
Roof rats, question mark? No analogy, I mean roof rats.
It's 8 o'clock and time for another August update. Police investigating the death of 21-year-old Dorota Shaw have said there's no evidence to connect her boyfriend to the murder. Chief DuPont's statement was delivered in response to speculation from local residents that it was a crime of passion. Miss Shaw's strangled body was found by her mother around 10 p.m. last night in what the chief is calling a puzzling crime.
I can't believe people are gossiping already, Poe.
It's always the person closest to the victim, isn't that what they say?
But that poor boy. A reminder also that due to the murder, this weekend's Tulip Festival has been postponed. New dates will be announced soon. The weather's getting worse tonight with heavy rain forecast. So if you're heading out, you might want to take a jacket. Or a cap.
Or wear the jacket in the cab. That's 8 o'clock with Poe and Monroe.
And yeah, Dragon Ace, that's how this thing, like, weirdly goes. Like, once I leave a certain area, if sufficient time has passed, then we'll see that scene. And then when I say next chapter, we'll see that scene. Well, I mean, I suppose if I say next chapter right now, we'll actually go to the next chapter. But if I keep investigating,
solution.
And then now I want to say, like, next chapter, I think we're going to see that update again.
The patchwork quilt. Mom
but I'll hit up
was never going to see any other kind
the
of
chief
action,
really
so
quickly.
I throw it over Vanessa's body and open the door.
But I will say that
before I
if
realize I'm still holding the gun. But I quickly stuff
well,
it
there's
down
not really
the back
much
of
else
my
to
pants.
do, actually. I probably should just do the next chapter, but I'll do that next
Officer
time.
Peters looks me up and
I'll
down.
hit up the chief real quick, and
Anything
that'll
else
wrap it up.
Western? Let me know.
Because I think there's just no one else to talk to right now unless I start swapping identities, which that could be interesting. If I try talking to either Lexi or Bronwyn as the other, that might be something, but as Sam, it looks like I'm mostly at a dead end. And by the way, if Poe's little offhand comment about whoever's closest was right, it could have been Oscar, strangely enough. Anyway, Zach was taking boudoir photos of Dorota.
And I'm all for a good boudoir picture, but who are they for? There's definitely a strong connection between those two.
Maybe for Oscar or maybe for someone else, because we could have asked if Dorota was seeing someone else, but the only lead we have on that would be Zach himself. So, chat, what do you think on this one? Oscar or someone else? Do you have a preference for which option I go for? Because this is about where we're going to wrap up right before the end of a chapter, or right at the end of a chapter, so this is perfect timing anyway. I suppose I could be other identities next time, but which option should I go for this particular dilemma? Someone else I see? It could be. Oscar does seem like a pretty straight man, but at the same time, with Dr. Dekker, I was miserably wrong with my list of suspects, so you never know. Someone else?
Well, unless they were for Oscar, I don't know. Unless there's someone else about to come out of the woodwork.
Yeah. Zach was in the studio.
Yeah, that's what he says, but no one can back him up. He's on my radar now.
I like the little finger movement. He's on my radar. Motive.
I think you're supposed to tell me that.
Yeah.
He was taking photos of Dorota. Maybe he fell for her? And the feeling wasn't mutual. Artists have muses, apparently. Wish I had one.
You're a good detective in a different game, buddy. I'm not even mad.
Couch,
leaving.
I ask, hopefully.
Guest house, and that's where I'll leave it off.
Real.
Just don't jump scare me on the way in, please. Thank you.
I grimace. 6 weeks wasted.
Alright, we're cool. I'll say exit game for safety. Hopefully it saved that. I'm assuming it did. Because, yeah, resume. There you go. Hey, look, it's people that we now recognize. Hi, so good to see you. Anyway, this is where I'm going to stop the stream, but thank you very much for joining, and have a wonderful night.